Thank you for tuning in to The Reading, produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. If you want to receive these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date, then subscribe to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. We offer online courses that teach how to do tarot, create magical potions, and how to work with your ancestors, deities, and African Diaspora experience. Visit the Shrine of Black Epistemology at blackepistemology.com. If you like mentorship with me or one of our staff, book a mentorship consultation on our website at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. We are going to go ahead and get into this reading about Monique. So, I was about to do a mashup of different celebrities, but I'm not going to do that because I was going to save that type of content for the prayer room. I want the reading to be very intimate. I want these to be long, quality readings. I don't want to just read on just any celebrity when I sit down and read on someone. I want to really give it attention. So, all right, Monique, why is she being, let's see, why is she being blackballed? The Fool. Okay. Okay. All right, so the Fool card is in her house of greatest spiritual challenges, indicating that Monique has taken a lot of risks, and she's done some unorthodox things, things that are out of the ordinary. We know what those things are, but at the same time, why is she being blackballed? I get that she's being blackballed because of the way that she went, as she said, the way that she had gone about promoting the movies and the movie Precious. I feel like there is a lot of truth to that from this Fool card. What I also get from the energy of this Fool card in her house of spiritual challenges is that this represents a challenge for her. So with this being the Uranus energy where she's, rotating on her side, and she's trying to show that, hey, I'm trying to usher in a new future for people. Like on a personal level, I feel like she's pointing out a very troubling issue where black women are, black people are disenfranchised financially, when it comes to working for majority media institutions, but she's saying some really important things. Nevertheless, with her being the Fool card, this is a great card. It's like the card of the genius, right? So she's saying she's made some very profound statements. I think that with her being the Fool, this also talks about her being able to shape the public perceptions of the people whom she's talking about. I think that she also has amassed a sort of a cult following as well, but at the same time, with her being blackballed, it is because of the Fool. There's also a very literal / dash colloquial understanding of the Fool, where it's like, she's also acting a fool or being the fool, being the court jester. And it's like she's saying things that other people have said, but I don't think that she's reaping the benefits of it. This is in her house of spiritual challenges. So that essentially means that, again, to summarize that, for Monique, why she's being blackballed is because of exactly what she's doing right now. The next card I get is the King of Pentacles in her house of personal truth and inner answers. So this is about her husband. So I'm familiar that she's married, but this is also about her knowing that, knowing deep within herself that her husband is she doesn't see him as the cause of her problems. Actually, she sees him as her partner and her confidant. So in this way, in her house of personal truth and inner answers, she feels that she's also being blackballed because her husband has had to stand up for her, with him being the King of Pentacles, being a father figure, a very protective man, someone who she views as to be very patient and business oriented, someone that's practical and also invested into her contracts as well. So again, him showing up as the King of Pentacles would make a lot of sense, right? But then in her house of what needs to be organized, we have the Universe card. So the universe card here in this position, I'm trying to teach you all a little bit of tarot. So if you want, want to learn a free course from me, then learn through this of what I'm teaching you guys. So of the universe card here in her house of organization. So the house of organization means like, what sort of structure does she need to bring in her life? And this is talking about travels, wrapping up projects. And this is talking about her traveling and wrapping up projects. And that's also being the cause of why she's being blackballed. So I feel like she has international projects that she's been asked to do. I feel that these projects may not be paying a lot of money, but with her as the supreme, or not the supreme, I'm thinking about the Afro goddess tarot, but with her as the universe card here, it would absolutely indicate that she's in a position where she's working independently, and she can choose how it is that she wants to go about creating and how she wants to use her voice and her platform. Like, she's been wanting her freedom. And so she feels that she's in a bad financial position. But she feels that she's in a good position in terms of having her freedom, as indicated by the House of Spiritual Challenges, like her being the Fool. And then we have the last card in the Major Arcana being here. She feels like, the chapters, this is a chapter that's ended, as far as like the success that she's had. She again, as she says, she's a very decorated person. That's how I hear her saying it. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in her House of Hidden Advantages. Here we have Monique. Essentially she has a lot of really good luck around her money and her investments. So I don't think that she's hurting for anything. I think that she has a couple of a business here and there, but at the same time, here is talking about she's just trying to conjure up attention, conjure up fortune for herself. And she's always going to be heard. And I feel like there's going to be in some way she's going to be offered something, some way she's going to be offered something in terms of work or a work contract. I don't know when that's going to be. It's going to be later on down the line. I don't see it happening this year. Okay, it's 2020. I don't see it in 2020. Okay, so I don't see it. All right, so the abundance card is here in her house of the best path to take. So with this being Three of Cups, this is actually not in a positive position. Her best path to take being one where she has to strive for abundance. This means that she has to continue putting out projects. So she's not ready to continue putting out independent projects and working with and collaborating with a team of women who really love her. That she's not going to see that success. So at this point, she's going to have to find her success independently. And her outcome card I get here, she's also being blackballed. So in the spiritual sense, she's being blackballed because of, they're saying that the opportunity in her opposition right now is that she can work with other women and she can find abundance. So everything is not, she hasn't completely lost as a civilian. Okay. She can still be, live a nice lifestyle and make her $300,000-$400,000 a year. She really could if she wanted to. Okay. Anyway, so the Two of Cups is here. So the Two of Cups in her outcome is saying that she's going to hold on to this relationship, but this relationship is also a part of why she's been blackballed. Right. So the outcome is saying, the outcome is indicating exactly what it is that, most people would think about Monique. Right. Okay. So that's a little bit of a lesson. We're going to keep on going. Just try to teach y'all a little bit more through the life of Monique. All right. So, is she telling the truth about Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry? Yes, we're going to put all three of those people into a question, and we're going to see what the cards have to say. We'll look at all of their energy because we don't want to sit here and waste time and look at them each individually, although I could pull one card at a time. The card that popped out, I don't care if it means anything. Won't be reading that. Y'all can read into it if you want to. I don't really care. But continuing the reading on. All right, so the Moon card is here. So this is saying that Monique feels that Monique feels that she's been put in a position where she's had to give her spirit, her spirit to the work that she's done. And it's also talking about her being someone that is really serious about her artistic creativity and very committed to being an artistic creative. I get that from this moon card. It's saying that she has a very keen intuition, and she's very in tune with other people. What she sees is what she sees, and she stands by it and sticks by it. But at the same time, I get that there's that Monique's understandings of things may be a little bit everybody has a little bit of bias, right? And this card would indicate that she has some bias. Nevertheless, Monique feels that she's like slaved and like literally the word slaved and I'm hearing backbreaking labor. She feels that she's given that to the positions that she's worked in. And so the things that she's saying them out of emotion, and she's saying them because she feels that she's been hurt. The card in her personal truth and inner answers is saying that she's been disappointed, and the ways in which she's been treated. And this disappointment comes from the fact that she feels that as an artist she should have been treated. I guess you could say she feels that the media should have postured her in a more positive light, and not joked about her. But she also feels that, as indicated by this full moon being here, she also feels that she still has to, regardless of what people feel and how people try to make her feel, she's still going to tell her truth. And then, as you can see, the moon is indicated here. So this is her truth about her artistry. The strength card is here. So this is saying, again, as you can see, another full moon indicated in this card. This is saying that she is going to, this is saying that this is coming from her heart, like literally from her heart. And I get from this strength card that when I say it's from her heart, it's from the chest, from the heart chakra. This is something that she's saying this because she loved these people, and she had a very deep love for them, and she felt like these people were becoming family to her, especially because she feels like they're familial people. She feels that these people actually have a spirit. She doesn't feel like these people are inherently evil or inherently nasty, but she feels like these people have, an actual soul to them. Especially when she has been around other executives, but she holds them to a higher standard, and she's trying to keep with the things that she's saying. She feels that she's taking to task her community, because she's trying to keep this. Her criticisms are an intra-community conversation. She feels like these, what I'm saying is for Black people to hear, and this is for us by us. That's how she feels with this strength card. The card for wealth is in her house of hidden advantages. So she knows that what she's saying is valuable, that it's valuable fodder, and it's also helping her to make money in some way. So she's able to speak about these things and to make money from speaking about these things. As you can see here in this wealth card, you can see that she and her husband are, addicted to Kendrick Lamar's Money Trees. They're twerking to the song together. And then I also have the card here for in the best path to take. So she's been ready to say these things, but she's been saying them for a long time. I get that these things that she's been saying are not new. I don't feel like whenever she brought up Netflix and boycotting Netflix, that I don't know if that was new, but I don't know how long she's been saying this stuff. Okay. But I just know that Monique was a hot topic back in 2018 with the Netflix thing. I think it was in 2018 with the Netflix thing. And so this is saying that she took the opportunity to jump on that, to say something about it. the outcome is that she knew that she would be ostracized by saying it. But at the same time, these are things that she's not in her feelings. She's like, I feel one way, but I'm going to tell you what happened and what was done to me, and I don't think that that's right. Yet at the same time, she's not lying. She's not lying. These cards don't indicate that she is lying. All right, so does she regret playing that role in Precious? Do you all like Precious? Did y'all like that movie? How did y'all feel about Precious? Tell me what y'all thought about Precious. Did she regret playing that role in Precious? Hit the skull emoji if you're enjoying this Monique reading. All right, so the Prince of Wands is in her house of spiritual challenges. So this is saying that her excitement for the role her excitement over receiving accolades for the role has dwindled, and it continues to dwindle as time passes by. She's someone that believes that you're only as big as your last hit. So she's like, that's the last role I was acknowledged for, but she feels that she's done a lot of really good positive work. I also get here in her house of personal truth and inner answer, she's like, but that role was intended to revive her career, but in a way, and it was supposed to set her up for stardom and again revive her career as an actress. And I get that she was expecting these things to happen for her immediately, like instantly, but again, her excitement for this role over working this role has dwindled over time. It's dwindled because she's felt, as indicated by in her house of hidden advantages, the Hierophant. She feels that she played a role that was problematic, that people were able to relate to, but at the same time, she regrets it because she's like, she didn't receive. She wasn't able to. She doesn't feel like she was able. This is how I put it. She's happy that she worked the role for that moment, and she's happy for what she did as far as in that moment how she won in terms of like representations and being the first blah 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 to win whatever. She's happy for that. However, she wanted to work more. A more diverse. She wanted to work more. She wanted to earn more awards for a more diverse set of roles, and she feels that she was shortchanged. She's like, if I hadn't have worked this role, if I hadn't have taken this on, and I had done something else, if I had taken a different path, maybe my stardom would have continued on. If she feels like this is perhaps a door that she should not have opened, but at the same time, and she kind of just wonders like, what if? But at the same time, she's like, God does everything, at the right, in their perfect timing. Okay, so in the house for the best path to take, I get that she feels like, she's like, I made my bed, so I'm gonna lay in it. That's how she feels. She's like, I made my bed, I'm gonna lay in it. I dug my own grave, so I'm gonna I gave myself rope, so I'm gonna hang it. It's just like, she's like, I did this to myself. And she also feels like she's been trapped. Like she's like, I've been trapped and stigmatized because of that role and the work that I did. She's like, I labored for that role and all I got was an award or a statue, but where's the money? Where's the compensation? Where are the accolades? Where's the praise for the work that I did? So I wouldn't say that there's regret, but I would say that her she's definitely looking at herself as like, I'm not trying to brag about something that happened so long ago. That's what she feels. What will be the outcome of her Netflix lawsuit? Do you all think that Monique deserved How much money do you all think that Monique deserves for a Netflix special? And which you all have watched it? How much do you all think?